extra dry today, but that's kind of what happens when you don't wash your hair or curl it for 3 days. Oh, I'm kind of glad I get to throw away the box. Like, typically I don't like throwing away a box, but today I'm stoked about it. I'm in that like funky dorky mood. I think it's the Excedrin. I think I took way too much Excedrin. Like, I can feel like my heart is like, whoa. My hands are on a whole other level. It's like they're taking over my body and I can't control them and they're just like shaky. I need to go eat. Okay. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a full review and tutorial using the new collection from Colourpop. They recently collaborated again with Iluvsarahiii and they created a beautiful palette and 3 lippies. So I bought the entire bundle, but the entire collection, which includes the palette and the 3 lippies, you can pick up on the Colourpop website for $39. And this is what the actual palette looks like. This is called Through Your Eyes. When I seen it online, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I have to have that palette, but I bought it just so that I could review it for all of you. But now that I have it in my hand, now that I've kind of put my hands into it, I actually really like the shades in here. There's a lot of different shades and there's so many different looks that you could create with these actual shades. So I'm actually really excited about having this in my collection. I'm a huge Colourpop fan. I have several Colourpop palettes in my collection and I have several lippies, lip liners, you know the drill. Within this collection, she also brought out 3 new lippies. I was really excited to get her lippies because all the other lippies that I've bought from her that she's collaborated on, I love them so much and they're one of my favorites from within the Colourpop range. So I was really excited about these. There are 2 ultra matte lips and 1 glossy lip. I try them on and swatch them later on in the video, but you can also buy them separately. So you can actually buy the Lippie Bundle, which is $16 for all 3, or you can buy the glossy lip alone, which is $6, and the ultra matte lips are $6.50 each. So you can buy them all separate, or you can buy them all together. If this is a collection that you're interested in, I definitely recommend buying the bundle because that's where you're gonna save the most money. This is what the actual outside of the packaging looks like, and I like this. I think this is really, really pretty. Now, I have not watched her launch video, but I will leave it in the description box down below. In fact, I haven't really watched any videos about this collection. Now, this is what the actual box looks like that the palette goes into, and it's not my favorite. Oh, I'm kind of glad I get to throw away the box. Like, typically, I don't like throwing away a box, but today I'm stoked about it. I'm just glad that the palette doesn't look like this. That's all I'm gonna say. But this is what the box looks like for the lippies, and yeah. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. I just wanna briefly throw this out there. So I am wearing my favorite foundation, which is my Lancome Skin Feels Good, but the reason why I don't wear it on camera a lot is because it does make me look very extra glowy. I mean, my skin kind of reflects off the light, but let me promise you, this foundation looks the best in real life. And before I get comments like, you look like you dumped your head in a Crisco can, or I'm an oily mess, right now I just have my favorite foundation on that I love and looks so good in real life. And that's what matters, folks. Doesn't matter about the reflection that I have from the light. It looks good in real life, and I'm not an oily mess. And I didn't dunk my head in a Crisco can, although I have thought about it. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into this review of this beautiful palette. I'm just gonna say this right off the bat. I hate the packaging. The packaging kind of creeps me out, and I'm not into it. However, the nice thing is it's only on the box. It's not on the actual palette, thank God. If they would have put this on the actual palette, I don't know that I would have loved that, because Karen has the prettiest eyes I've ever seen, and she has the prettiest lips I've ever seen, especially after she took the filler out, but I'm not into this. Like, this is just... yeah, no, I don't love this. This is the box for the lips. And again, even though she has the prettiest lips I've ever seen, this is not, yeah, no. Let's open up the palette. This has 16 different shades. So this is what the actual packaging looks like. I like this. This is really pretty. This, not so much. And it really reflects off my Crisco face. This is what the palette looks like. Oh my gosh, these are so pretty. And I already know right off the bat what I want to create. I wore this shirt because I wanted to create this particular look that I have in my mind. So fingers crossed that I'm able to do that. I love that she chose to put a mustard shade in here. I love a beautiful mustard shade in the crease. There's something about a mustard shade for a transition. It just, like, there's something about it. I don't know what it is, but I love a mustard shade. I'm excited about this palette. I think it's really, really pretty. And there's some really pretty shimmer shades. There's some really pretty satin shades. Like this one right here is a satin shade. It's really pretty. And I took an Excedrin, which I don't take very often, but I have a massive flippin' headache. So I'm a little bit shaky and a little bit rambly. So just FYI, not only do I look like I dunked my head in a Crisco jar, but I'm a shaky freaking mess. Woo, we're starting off the day good. So we almost got a foot of snow overnight. So we got a lot of snow and I wasn't gonna film today. Today is Sunday. I wasn't gonna film, but we didn't end up going to church because we got so much snow. And I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna film because this is my happy place. This is where I am happy. I'm not happy we got a foot of snow overnight, but I'm happy to be playing in makeup. So that's where I'm gonna live for today, is playing in makeup. I'm gonna use my Sonia G Pro Eye Set. For those of you out there who are interested, Sonia G she's working really hard to get these restocked. So, you know, they have to make them. And these are such phenomenal brushes that they are made with very special care. So I just wanna let you know that. I seen that on her Instagram. And by the way, I just have to say this, she's one of the sweetest ladies I think I've ever spoke to. Like, of course, I've never spoke to her like face to face, but I'm talking about when I reviewed these brushes, she messaged me privately and was like, hey, thank you so much for the review. Your review meant so much to me. And the kindness that, like, I love her. And I like supporting brands who are humbled and kind. And that's exactly what she is. She is very, very sweet. So just FYI, these will be available on Beautylish soon, and as soon as they are, I will definitely let you know, because they'll probably sell out fast again. But I do recommend going to the Beautylish website and actually finding the Pro Eye Set, and then entering your email so that you can be notified through Beautylish, because they'll just send you an email and say, hey, you know, they've been restocked. Okay, I've zoomed you in closer. Let's get started on this eye. First things first, I'm just going to take a nice crease blending brush. And I actually want to go into Sandalwood, which is this one right up here on the top row. I like how there's shade names right next to the shade because it just makes it so much easier. All I have down is just a tiny bit of concealer. So I'm going to start sweeping this in my crease and just kind of building that up just a tad. And I just want a little bit of that shade kind of to build up that dimension, but it doesn't look like it's very pigmented in the pan, but it actually has more pigment than I thought it would. So I'm kind of sweeping that all over through the crease and into the inner corner and just kind of creating that shape. Now I'm going to go into this mustardy shade, and that one is called Wild Soul, and I'm going to pop that over top. But see the color that, like a mustard shade just makes those shades vibrant. I don't know what it is about a mustard shade, but I freaking love it because it brings so much vibrancy to the crease, and I'm obsessed. But look how pretty that is. Now I'm gonna go into Euphoric right here. It's kind of a pretty salmon shade. Oh, she's pretty. So far, it's a typical Colourpop palette. Like, the shadows are blending really nice. I'm not having any issues. I mean, so far, this is working out pretty dang good. I'm going to go into Nostalgia. This one right here on the bottom row. It's the first one on the bottom row. I want to bring that over top of this just to add that mauvey shade to the crease. But still, like, you can still see the mustard shade. You can still see that last shade that we just used. And I'm just concentrating this right below those shades. And I don't want to blend too much. Like, I want to use that shade, but I don't want it to be super blended. But that one is very pigmented. Like, holy shiz. I wasn't expecting it to be that pigmented. But that one's a beautiful shade and very pigmented. Okay, so I'm going to switch to this flatter type brush. And I want to go into Euphoric, and then I'm going to go into this shade at the bottom, Nostalgia. So let's go into Euphoric first. And I'm gonna basically pop this right here on the outer corner and kind of build up that dimension. Okay, now I'm gonna take this type of flat blender brush and I'm going to go into Divina, but I think I'm gonna mix it with Canela, this one right here. And that one is more of a satin shade, but it has a shimmer to it. So it's really it's really pretty. So I'm just gonna kind of tap back and forth between those two, like going back and forth between Divina and Canela. And I'm just gonna kind of pop this right here on the outer corner and kind of build up some of that dimension. Ooh, it's super pretty. Like, I love that Canela shade. That Canela shade has that beautiful sparkle. And I just dipped that back in with Divina. I'm just working that into the outer corner and kind of just really building up that shade. That Divina is really nice. Like, it's not, it's pigmented and it blends nice. Like, I'm not having any issues with it at all. Like, it really blends good. And yeah, I'm sweeping a tiny bit of that into the crease, just a little bit though. It blends good and it's not patchy, so I like that shade. It's kind of a dark, like eggplant shade, and I'm really packing that on. Like, I really want this outer corner to be nice and dark, and I'm not getting any fallout. Now I'm gonna go back into that mustard shade, Wild Soul, and I'm just gonna pop this right over top and just bring back, see how much vibrancy that brings? I love it. I love it when a palette has a nice mustard shade. Now I'm gonna go into Euphoric, that like salmon-y shade, and pop that back over top. I kind of want to put Mesmerize all over my lid. Like, I really want to use that shade. It's so freaking beautiful. It's like a gorgeous orangey shade, but Muse is really pretty too. Muse is more of like a gold, but there's something about this one right here that is just gorgeous. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take my Fender blender. It is a felt tip applicator from Huda Beauty, and it's a little dirty, but that's okay. So what I like to do is just take a makeup wipe and dampen it. So then I'm going to go into Mesmerize and really pack that shade on the applicator. And oh yes, see how pretty that shade is? Yes, that shade is beautiful. So now I'm just taking like my mini sponge that I use to apply my concealer with, and I'm just kind of lifting that line a little bit, and then I'll just go in and kind of buff it. There. I just didn't want that sharp line, but I also didn't want the shadow down that far. So I'm going to take a pencil brush, and I'm going to go into Wild Soul, which is the mustardy shade. We're going to bring that along the lower lash line. So now I'm going into Euphoric, that salmon-y shade. And look how pigmented that is. Like, super pigmentation, you guys. I mean, yeah, this is awesome. All right, now I want to go into Nostalgia, the mauve shade on the bottom row, the first shade. Kind of buff that into it. Okay, now let's go into Canelia, which is this beautiful little, like, I don't know what that one, it's like that satin, it's like a satin shimmer shade. It's got some sparkly in it. Now let's go into Divina, the dark purple, and kind of pop that right close to the lash line, right there on this outer portion. For the inner corner, this one, I don't even know how you pronounce it, Lacido. I need to learn Spanish because I do think it's a beautiful language, but this one is bright and gorgeous. So I want to apply that on my inner corner. I'm just going to take a little brush like this, and I'm going to go into that shade. Let's go in dry first and see what we get. Yeah, that's pretty, but I need it wet. I mean, seriously. Okay, now we've got it wet, dampened. Oh, yes, that shade is gorgeous. It's like a beautiful goldy, it's super pretty, you guys. That is a beautiful inner corner shade. Perfect. I always like it when there's that mustard brown and a good inner corner highlight shade in one palette. So I'm going to take this brush. It's kind of like a flat definer brush. I'm going to go into that shade and pop it up here on the brow bone. Now I can even look more like I dunked my head into a Crisco can. Yes. I freaking love that comment though. Like, I love that comment. It's so, I was like, damn, where do you trolls come up with these things? I really do like the comment. I think it's pretty funny. Because I mean, I'm too old to give a shit what people think. I was just like, thanks very much. Have a great day. But, I just laugh. I'm like, where the hell do they come up with this stuff? I want to brighten the inner corner just a tad. So I'm going to go into that first shade that we used for the inner corner. And I'm just going to bring that in right there. Yes. It's like I got like a sunset dream on my eye right now. I went ahead and threw on some lashes and I don't know what they are. I think these are from the Lily Lash Premium Synthetic $11.99 collection, but those are all sold out now. So I think that's what these are though. Okay, so here are the 3 lippies that come in the kit. That's one thing I've always really enjoyed from Colourpop and Karen's collaborations is I always love her lippy shades, and these are no exception. These are very, very pretty. I love this shade. I think it's super pretty, and then she's got a cool tone, warm tone, she's got a warm tone licky, I can't speak today. She's got a warm tone lippy and a cool tone lippy, and then a beautiful gloss that's like a peachy, sparkly shade. And you guys know how I feel about a peachy shade. This first one is a ultra matte lip, and it is in the shade Dulcet. And that's what that looks like. It's really pretty. This shade is a ultra matte lip, and it is called Sueno de Coco. I don't know, you guys. I'm sorry, I can't speak Spanish. I really need to learn. And then this glossy lip right here is called Glass Lip. So it is very glassy, which I'm absolutely obsessed with. I love this. Like, definitely amazing. Let's go with this shade first, and just so you guys can see what it looks like on the lip. I'm applying this without a lip liner just so that you guys can see what the color is and how it looks on the lips. So that dries down nice. Typical Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip. Let's go ahead and put this one on. Yeah, this one I would say definitely better with a lip liner, but this is really pretty though. It's just a little bit more liquidy, so it's kind of hard to keep it in the spot. Then the final is the Glass Lip. And I like how she just named it Glass Lip. This is definitely a topper. It's not very pigmented. When you put it on the hand, it's pretty pigmented, but when you put it on the lip, it just gives the sparkle. Like, it doesn't give any pigmentation. So just know that. So I have a lip liner here. This is from Iluvsarahiii and Colourpop collaboration. This is in the shade Curvy, I think. This is one of my favorite lip liners from Colourpop. I think I'm gonna put this on with this look and my shirt. My trick with using a Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip is wipe as much product as you possibly can off of the applicator before going on with your lip. The reason why I say that is because when you bring it out, there's quite a bit on the actual applicator because they don't really have the best suction that like takes it off and wipes it off. So if you go on really heavy with this product, it will get thick and kind of clumpy as the day goes on. So if you want it to last longer, I highly recommend wiping off as much product as you can and then go over top. And that shade actually matches Curvy perfect. If you decide to order this shade and you're looking for a lip liner to match, Curvy is it. Let me show you on my hand. That's the lip liner and that's the actual ultra matte lip. So very, very perfect. Like, they have the same tone. It's the perfect lip liner to wear with this lippy. So just FYI. She did a great job on this. I love the shade. Like, this one might be my new favorite from Colourpop because I like the tone of it. It's really pretty. All right, I want to put the lip gloss over top just for shits and giggles. That is so pretty. That's the perfect lippy. I love that. And I love these lippies. Like this Lippie Bundle is perfect. So here is what the palette looks like swatched. So this is the first 2 rows. This one is Lacido, Wild Soul, Mesmerize, Sandalwood, In a Week. This is Euphoric, Canilla, and Lomo. These are beautiful shades. Here is the bottom 2 rows. And so this one is Emerald Dream, which you guys, that is a beautiful green shade. I have to say it's beautiful. Then this one is Muse, Divina. This one is Flex. And let me just say, Flex is a beautiful like lilac purple shade. It's really, really pretty. And then this one right here is Nostalgia, Moody. This one is Nocturne, and this one is Misbehave. Now, Misbehave I didn't swatch very good, did I? That's not a very good swatch. There's a better swatch. I'm struggling, and I made a freaking mess of my palette. Look how much I made a mess of my palette. This is why I don't like swatching my palette. So here are the swatches for the palette. And I think they're very pretty. I love, 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 love these shades. Now, I'm sure you guys are seeing this one and this one. They look very similar. So I'm gonna actually swatch them side by side so you guys can see the difference. This is Mesmerized, and this is what we put on the eye. But let's go ahead and put Muse next to it. So they're very similar. Muse is just more pigmented and has more of a gold shift. Mesmerized isn't as shimmery, but that one has a little bit more of like an orangey gold undertone to it. So this one's more of a gold. So this one's Muse and this one is Mesmerized, just so that you guys could see the difference between those 2 shades because they do look pretty similar. So the thing that I like about this palette is that you could create several looks. Like you've got, you know, your mauves that you could create a beautiful purple eye with. You've got your greens for a beautiful green eye. You know, then you have like all the shades that I use to kind of create like a beautiful sunset eye. So I think this palette is actually pretty impressive as far as all the different shades that you can create such beautiful looks with. And I think she did a great job on this. And when you look at it, it doesn't like grab my eye, but actually swatching it and seeing the shades for what they really are, it really grabs my eye because I see just how I see all the possibilities of all the different looks that I could create within this one palette. You know, that one shade is perfect for the inner corner highlight on any look you want to create. I love having the Wild Soul. That mustard shade is so perfect. And I like this palette. I like it more than I thought I was going to be quite honest with you. It was very easy to create a look with. It was very easy to blend the shadows out. I didn't have any problem with Divina. You know, Divina was the darker eggplant shade, and you know, sometimes you just never know about dark shades, if they're going to be muddy, if they're going to blend out good. And this one blended out fantastic. As far as the lippies go, A+. Love the lippies. I like this entire collection. Yeah, other than the packaging on the boxes, this is A+. It's kind of creepy. To be honest with you, when I looked at the box, it was a little bit creepy. Just a little bit. So that's my full review on this new collection from Colourpop and Iluvsarahiii. They did a great job, and I'm very, very excited to have this palette in my collection. And these lippies, you're going to see me use them quite often because these are fantastic. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I really hope you guys have a wonderful day that brings you nothing but happiness and love in your life. I love you all so much, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you. Bye.